Welcome to Wednesday, Wellness Wednesdays, meet and meditate and find somewhere comfortable to sit. And I'd like to begin the practice with a little bit of twisting, just to release any stagnation and stuck energy in the body. And twisting is really good for several things. It helps keep the spine nice and supple and keep the vitality of our organs, because twisting acts like a squeeze and soak of the organs. So finding a comfortable seat, and ideally if you are sitting in a cross-legged pose, twist to the side, the leg that's on the outside. So for example, my left leg is in front of my right leg, so I'm going to begin with twisting to my left. So if you want to breathe in with a nice tall spine, rooting the sit bones down, dropping shoulder blades down your back. Taking another breath in, lengthening the spine and feel it widening into the ribs. And as you exhale, twist from your navel like it's a spiral. And as you twist, you can take your left hand behind your back, and as you exhale, twist. You can do an open twist with your right hand on top of the right thighs. You do an open twist and look over your shoulder. Maybe swallow here to release any tension through the throat and jaw. Grow the spine tall, wide into the ribs. Maintain that lift and expansion as you breathe out. Maybe swallow to release any tension in the throat, around the jaw, and saliva inside the mouth. You may like to gaze deep into the inner left ear to help just to exercise the ligaments around the eyes. They may not be moving as much, the eyes keeping us alert, watching traffic and paying attention, because we're in the city spaces of our homes and we might be focusing a lot on devices. So just moving the eyeballs will help stimulate its range of motion and the flexibility in the ligaments surrounding the eyes. And maybe perhaps even turn the corners of the lips up and smile, smiling into your heart. Taking a breath in as you lengthen to the spine and deepen the twist as you press your right hand into the right leg as you twist a little bit more. Stay broad across the shoulders, the collarbones, and be free in the throat center. Taking 2 more breaths here. And as you inhale slowly, turn your head first back to neutral, and then exhale your right shoulder. And then on the next in-breath, gently release and come back to neutral spine. Just take a moment to sit with how the spine feels, twisting to the left. You may feel a little bit askew. Yeah. And just sit with that sensation. Let that sensation dissipate. And notice how your body naturally wants to breathe. Sometimes we take a deep breath in, and other times we need to take a sigh out. And that's very natural for the body to naturally recalibrate itself. So just observe how the body breathes. And if you're ready to twist to the other side, just to bring equilibrium, change the cross of your leg. So you twist to the side where the leg is in front. And we're going to do an open twist rather than a crossover twist. We'll do an open twist, keeping it nice and simple and soft today. So the left hand on the left knee as you grow the spine tall with the breath in, lengthen through the waistline and twist from your navel as if it's spiraling up through your body. And as you exhale, gently twist, taking that right hand behind you. You can tripod the fingers to the floor to give you a little bit of feedback to help grow the spine tall. Drop the shoulder blades down your back. And as you exhale, twist into the neck, looking over your right shoulder. Feeling that nice elongation in the neck, broadening through the collarbone. Feel that left shoulder drop back and down. And if you want to deepen into the pose, pressing into your left hand, just gently nudging into the knee to help you twist and deepen without straining. Gazing deep into your right ear this time, gazing deep into your right ear. Again, exercising the ligaments on the other side. Smiling again into your heart, taking this time just to observe and notice what's going on in your body. And as you inhale, gently turn your gaze back to neutral, ever so slowly and softly, and exhale over to your left shoulder with a smile in your heart. Feeling the broadening through the collarbone, feeling that right shoulder blade drop down your back, and pressing into your fingers and your hand to help you twist a little bit more deeply. And as you inhale, gently release and come back to center. Again, rest the hands onto the thighs, rolling the shoulders forward, up, back and down. Swallow to release any tension in the throat, the jaw. So according to traditional Chinese medicine, summer is the seasonal element, and related to the summer are the organs of the stomach and the small intestine. So one's yin, one's yang, and they work with each other. And it's the fire element in the summer. And so we want to work at stimulating the Agni, our digestive fire, in summer, supporting all the other functions of our organs. Also related to the stomach is the tongue. According to traditional Chinese medicine, the tongue. So let's take a moment to focus on our tongue. Does it feel stiff? Does it feel relaxed? Maybe roll your tongue up into the back of your throat. And then roll your tongue down and under. And now twist your tongue one way, like you're spiraling it to the right. And then spiral it the other way. It's really tricky when you spiral it one way, and it's really difficult to spiral it to the other. Give it a little go, have some fun with it. And then twisting it to the other. Sticking your tongue out up too high to touch the tip of your nose. And then sticking your tongue down to your chin. And relaxing, retracting the tongue. Maybe give your mouth a little wipe. So the focus of the organs in traditional Chinese medicine for summer is the stomach and the small intestine. So it's good to kind of eat stronger foods, because the fire in the stomach is able to deal with it, because fire is the element of summer. And related to that is the tongue. Yeah. So finding a comfortable seat. You may want to reach forward and just reach the fingers to the floor and just round the back out, just to neutralize any twisting of the spine if you twist it left and right. Here, but just leaning forward, letting your head relax, turning side to side. Just releasing any tension in the body, so when we come to sit and meditate, our bodies are in comfort and ease. Just rolling the shoulders forward, up, back and down. Let your hands rest wherever they like, drawing elbows towards your waistline, dripping shoulder blades down your back. And we'll begin with the 5 sense meditation, and then I'd like you to take you through to a Japanese meditation. It's an emotional meditation through the emotions of the fingers. And so I'll take you through that after we come and settle in our 5 senses. So if it's comfortable to do so, eyes closed. And if it's not comfortable to close the eyes, then have a soft gaze to the floor, 2 to 3 feet in front of you, with a soft focus around the edges. Check that your head isn't jutting forward, so just bring your head back in line with your spine. And with the eyes closed, just pay attention to your surroundings. And as you pay attention to your surroundings, can you list 5 things you recall seeing with your mind's eye? 5 things. It could be as simple and obvious as the fixtures and fittings, to the chair or support you're sitting on. And now bringing your awareness to your body, 4 things touching you. You may have been aware of the air. As it softly floats back and forth, whether around you or through your breath. The garments that drape over your skin, its texture, its weight. Or maybe something as obvious as your limbs touching other parts of your body. How do the hands rest? Maybe the hair is brushing against your face and maybe tickling your skin. 4 things touching you. And then turning your awareness to your ears, 1 in each side. Take note of what your ears can detect. what sounds it can hear. Sounds outside, inside your space, or maybe a sound inside your own body. Perhaps tuning into the beating of your heart, or the quality of your breathing. And now turn your attention to the nostrils. And as you slowly breathe in, can you detect 2 smells in the air? And if it's difficult to detect any smell or scent in the air, can you tune into the quality of the air, its texture? Is it moist or dry, cool or warm? Maybe going as far as noticing that the air you breathe in is a little bit cooler than the warmer air that you breathe out. And then bringing your awareness to the environment inside your mouth and the tongue that rests inside your mouth. Swallowing, tasting anything that lingers inside the mouth. Is the environment inside the mouth dry or moist, coarse or smooth? Rubbing your tongue around the insides of your cheeks, around the surfaces of your gums, your teeth, ever so slowly around all 6 surfaces of your teeth, front and back, upper and lower, and the sharp edges where the upper teeth and the lower teeth can meet. Simply bringing your awareness to your breath. Simply bringing your awareness to your breath. Notice your body breathing in and your body breathing out. And we'll spend 1 minute in the mindfulness. So gently and softly opening the eyes. So I want to share with you the 5 finger qualities, which is comes from the Japanese tradition. So if you look at your hand, you have 5 finger qualities, which relates to the 5 elements and also the organs. So the thumb, if you take your other hand and just squeeze your thumb, you can rest your arms. And the thumb is related to worry. So if anything that worries you, you can just gently give a little squeeze with the exhale. And inhale, maybe soften the squeeze. So just a little pulsation. So anything that worries you, you can just gently squeeze it, acknowledge it, name it. And then as you inhale, you can softly relax. Yeah. So the thumb is related to the stomach and the spleen. So, you know, when you're sick to the stomach with worry, that's where the phrase comes from. Yeah. So gently squeezing anything, just naming it, anything that worries you. Yeah. And just acknowledging it, acknowledging the sensations and those emotions. Yeah. And it doesn't matter which hand you do first. You will have a natural propensity to reach to that side. It'd probably be your dominant side that you're working with. Yeah. And then taking one more, focusing on dispelling any worry that you may have. And then moving your clasp to your index finger. The index finger relates to fear. Yeah. Often when we are faced with confrontation and we use the finger to point, often behind the anger is actually fear, because people might feel threatened. So, you know, when you're getting when people get aggressive and they point the finger, it's because maybe they're hiding fear, and often a lot of other emotions are masking what's truly underneath, which is often likely to be the case of fear. So using your finger around the hand and wrapping around the index finger, the forefinger, and just gently squeezing, and any fear that you may have, let it dissipate with the release of breath. As you inhale, acknowledging it, gently squeezing, and exhaling, maybe letting go. Yeah. So the index finger is related to the kidneys and bladder. So in traditional Chinese medicine, fear resides in the kidneys. And when we build up a lot of fear, our kidneys harden, and then it's not able to filtrate the blood, reducing the quality of our blood. So keeping fear at bay keeps our kidneys nice and supple. Okay. So anything that you might be fearful of, see if you can acknowledge it without being overridden with emotions. And then taking one more. And just picture your kidneys as well. The kidneys like little bean shapes at the back, just a little bit lower than the mid-back, hidden behind the lowest back ribs, 11 and 12. Good, and release. And then we're going to go to the middle finger, and again, no such thing, I believe, as coincidences. You know, when people are giving you the finger, you know, that's expression of anger and frustration. So the middle finger is related to anger. So if you wrap your other hand and the fingers around the middle finger, and that relates to anger. So anything, sensations, emotions of anger, things that may anger you and frustrate you, squeeze it, acknowledge it, and then as you release with the breath. Yeah. So that anger, the organs related to anger is the liver. Yeah. The liver and gallbladder. So eyes closed. Just think of anything that may anger you of late, or maybe in the past, unresolved anger. And to have anger is perfectly normal. We shouldn't be brushing those emotions aside. These emotions are here to serve us and to ensure survival. The trick is to be angry at the right level, at the right time, and at the right person. Now that takes immense skill. To be able to control yourself, to direct your anger at the right person, for the right reason, and at the right time, and at the right level. How often do we misdirect our anger at the wrong people and our frustrations? Good. And then gently moving on to the ring finger. The ring finger is related to the lungs and the large intestine. So often when we, the lungs in traditional Chinese medicine is related to grief. So if you've had experienced losing any loved ones, you know, you're beside yourself with grief and you find it really hard to breathe. So lungs is related to grief, yeah, and the large intestine. The large intestine is related to being able to let go of things. Often we have maybe digestive issues because we have trouble with letting go of things if we've got constipation or IBS. So squeezing the ring finger helps alleviate grief and sadness. Grief and sadness. So identifying any grief or sadness. Taking a couple more breaths, squeezing and releasing, acknowledging and letting go. Relating to the lungs and large intestine. And then moving your clasp to the little finger, relating to the heart. Relating to the heart. So this relates to joy. So see and just acknowledge the things that you find joy in. Things that you find joy in. Taking a couple more breaths. Gently release, and then you can swapping hands, and now just spend a few more moments on whichever finger that you feel is necessary. So I'll just recap. The thumb is related to worry, the index finger is related to fear, the middle finger is related to anger, the ring finger is grief, and the little finger is the heart for joy. So spend time squeezing whichever. It doesn't have to be an exact science, just go with what you feel and where you think you'd like to pay a little bit more attention on, whether you want to have more of or let go. Yeah. Just taking your time. As I mentioned, there's no right or wrong of our emotions, but it's our behavior and our attitude towards the emotions that can make them right or wrong. All our emotions are there to serve us, to help harmonize us, to recalibrate us, to keep us safe, and keep us balanced. But often we can hide those emotions, brush them on the carpet and not acknowledge them, and that's when they fester and then become troublesome, because then they bottle up like a pressure cooker and then we release the madness, for example. Yeah. And then to balance everything, you're going to take your thumb and just hold one of your hands and just circle around the palm, just circling around the palm, just sitting comfortably and just circling around the palm, just to harmonize all the emotions by circling the palm. And as I mentioned before, the palm is related to the diaphragm. So when we clench the fist, our diaphragm seizes up and we can't breathe. So when we're angry, everything comes back into the center. But when you open the hands, everything releases and the diaphragm becomes more free. So we're massaging the diaphragm and helping to balance all our emotions. And then you can swap and do it on the other side. Good. And then taking a couple more rotations, just thinking how you're soothing your diaphragm and your emotions and balancing your emotions. Good. And then gently release, finding a comfortable seat. If you need to change the cross of your legs just to find balance between left and right hemisphere of the brain, And we close the practice today, taking a deep breath in and a long sigh out, drooping shoulder blades down your back. And we're going to repeat the 5 senses meditation. First, swallowing to release any tension through your throat and jaw. Observing the sensations inside your mouth. Has it changed from when you first did this? And then as you inhale a deep breath, feeling the quality of the air that you breathe. Detecting 2 things about the air that you breathe. And then tune your attention to the sounds that the ears pick up. We'll start with inside the body. Does the heart beat differently? Does the body breathe different from when you first checked in? And then just tuning to the sounds maybe around in your space and further afield, life going on outside. Maybe you might hear passing cars or voices in conversation, who knows? Just pay attention. Three sounds that you can hear. And then tune your awareness to your sense of touch, Noticing 4 things touching you. 4 things touching you. And then turn your awareness to the space you're in. Tune into how you are in relation to your space, the shape of your body, the alertness of your mind and your emotions. And begin to tune into 5 things you recall seeing in your space, using your mind's eye to list 5 things in your space. Allow your chin to drop towards your throat, smile into your heart. And as you inhale, if space allows, arms out to the side and up. Allowing the palms to come together as you gaze to the inner wrist, sealing the goodness of the meditation practice. Seal it and bring it home to your heart. I'd like to share this quote with you. If it resonates, let it seep into yourselves. If it doesn't, then just let it wash over you. Wisdom tells me I am nothing, but love tells me I'm everything, and between the 2 my life flows. Wisdom tells me I'm nothing, love tells me I'm everything, and between the 2 life flows. Thank you for tuning in today. I hope you found this helpful, having a moment of meditation. Take care and see you soon.